అందరికీ నమస్కారములు. శుభోదయం. సర్వేభ్యో నమస్కారः. Today is another good topic we are going to have on Ramayanam by Dr. Ananda Padmanabha garu. I will briefly introduce him, though he is known to all of you in your basic course. He has taught the same topic at a higher level. We'll go into more details. We will start the session paying our respects to our country by reciting Vande Mataram by Chala Chitti Babu garu. Chala Chitti Babu garu, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Subrajyosna Pulakitayaminim, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim, Suhasinim, Sumadhura Bhashinim, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Thank you so much. Now let us request Jayashree garu to chant Prarthana, please.
Namaskaram. Meditation for 1 minute, then 3 times Omkaram, then Prarthana. गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धेनामवित्र्यवतो। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरौ मां पाहि गुरो ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ धन्यवादाలు गुरुगाరు
हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः ధన్యవాదములండి జయశ్రీ గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. Now I'll briefly introduce the speaker, Dr. R. Ananta Padmanabha Rao garu. Though he is known to all of you, he has taken your classes in the basic course, but nevertheless, just to recollect, and for anybody who is not in the other class, he was the additional Director General of Doordarshan, retired from there, and he has got 45 years of media, in media, as a senior administrator in All India Radio and Doordarshan. The author of many books, more than 100 books in literature, Telugu and English, and is a multifaceted personality. He is a Astavadhani also, and not to tell, he is a PhD from SV University, MA gold medalist, and many PG diplomas he has, and he has held many very attractive appointments during his tenure, and from 11 to 12 he is a principal of Narayana IAS Academy, Hyderabad, and still he is busy with many other assignments. He has got many awards, and he is the advisory committee member of many committees, expert committees, and fellowships, and he is a member of many organizations. So without going into many details, with a brief recollection of his profile, I request Ananta Padmanabha Rao garu to start the webinar, please.
सभाय नमः। वागर्धाविव संपृक्तौ वागर्ध प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ। वाल्मीकि गिरिसम्भूत रामसागरगामिनी श्रीमद् रामायणी गंगा पुनाति भुवनत्रयम् श्लोकसार समाकीर्णम् सर्गकल्लोलसङ्कुलम् काण्डग्राह महामीनम् वन्दे रामायणार्णवम् मनोजवम् मारुततुल्यवेगम् जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरम् वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। सीताकोमलपल्लवलसद्रामतरुश्रियं प्राचेतसीं कलां वन्दे श्रीमद् रामायणीं गिरम्। वाल्मीकिहृदयाम्भोजक्वणन् मधुरषट्पदीं वाल्मीकिमुखलक्ष्मीं तां वन्दे पिकमधुस्वराम्। Salutations to Valmiki, and I will start my lecture with the personality of Sri Rama. The literal meaning of Ramayana is Rama's Ayana, the path trod by Sri Rama. Sri Rama, the hero of the epic, he had trod the path of Dharma, which is also the path of truth that ought to be followed by all human beings. This is the underlying spirit. Sri Rama was neither an ascetic like Buddha or Christ, nor a preceptor, nor a prophet. He was a king who ruled this country for a long time, nevertheless led the life of a householder and underwent many sufferings like any other human being, resolutely and bravely. Hence, he showed two dharmas. One is Samanya Dharma, special dharma to be followed by a king. Those who want to note down, they can please note down. One is the Samanya Dharma, general dharma. That man should follow towards his parents, brothers, wife, friends, and fellow citizens. And this is one dharma, that is Samanya Dharma. But you may ask, what is Vishesha Dharma? Special dharma to be followed by a king, because he was a king of Raghuvamsha. Dharma, what is dharma? Karma charana, performing an action. That is the episode told by Sri Krishna, Lord Bhagavan, also in Bhagavad Gita. The precise rule as laid down by the sages is, what is that? You must be clearly aware of the consequence of the action and the manner of performing the action before you perform it. If you are doing a thing, you should know what you are going to do and how it benefits the common man. Rama has imbibed the norm correctly and fully and has become a master in performing this dharma. That is why he was known as Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. That is the very epitome of the entire Ramayana. He is the personification of dharma that we should underline and understand. Then recently, so many in Pravachanas, when I go there, the youngsters, they ask some questions to me. What are the questions? Ramayana is a religious book and it contains several episodes and which are impossible to believe. This is the belief which the youngsters have nowadays. It is true that there are certain episodes in this epic. We may question how it happened and whether it has happened or it is only a creation. Number one is Sita is Ayonija. She was not born to anybody. She doesn't come out from any womb. She came out from the earth womb. Number one. Number two, the divine messenger came out of sacrificial fire and gave divine juice to Dasharatha, Payasam, for being blessed with the children. How is it possible? In modern days, the youngsters question. Then comes the divine eagle Garuda. We see in the Lord Venkateswara's temple also, in the sanctum sanctorium, Garuda will be in a prostrated position. This divine eagle Garuda came from heaven and relieved Rama and Lakshmana from the shackles of Nagapasha. When Indrajit has used this Nagapasha, Garuda came on his own. No one has requested nor ordered. Then another question is, Indra sent his chariot along with his charioteer Matali from heaven to help Rama in the battlefield, because the Rama-Ravana Yuddha is going to happen and Rama was alone. He doesn't have a chariot. So Indra, on his own venture, he has sent the charioteer and the chariot also. How it happens? Then another important intriguing matter is Dasharatha, who was cremated and burned into ashes, came from heaven at the end of the story after the death of Ravana and embraced Rama, praising his valor and truthful conduct. How it happens? A person who died long back has come back. Is it possible? And another important intriguing question is, all the Vanaras and other warriors who fought on behalf of Rama and Sugriva in the battlefield, they were killed. But they came back to life with full of health and without any injuries on their bodies. How it happened? Because it was the boon granted by Indra to Sri Rama. These are the 5 intriguing questions to the present day generation. These questions make us doubt whether they are all true and really happened on earth. The answer is only single answer, that the story is related to both earth and heaven. This we have to note down. Please note down. The story of Ramayana narrated by Valmiki is both earth and heaven, is relation. It is related to both earth and heaven. All principal religions believe in heaven. Religions which do not believe in God believe in angels. This epic Ramayana mentions different kinds of angels, their names, their concerts, their towns, and their disputes intersect. Because in so many upakhyanas and in the different sargas, we come across several angels and their concerts also. The great epic of the West, Iliad, gives a galaxy of Olympic gods and revives the dead persons who have a part to play in the story. So it is not only in the Hindu tradition, but in the other traditions also, this is happening. If the events or the episodes mentioned above are absent altogether in this legend, it merely resembles a story in a social picture. We come across several cinemas and the story is inbuilt with so much of controversies. And a lover and a beloved meet with the hurdles by the intervention of a villain. Here the villain is Ravana, but subsequently get over by their efforts. There is enough historic evidence to show that the basic story of Sri Rama, son of Dasharatha, went on exile along with his wife Sita Devi. Nobody forced her to go, but she has taken on voluntary basis that she should also accompany. In a battle, Rama killed Ravana, who abducted Sita Devi, and Rama ruled the entire country as a very, very popular king for a long time. It is true. There is no history, there is no concocted story. In the West also, legends like Ramayana are called mythology. Intellectuals agree about the necessity of such myths in any country. Plato, the great Greek philosopher, stated that in order to install higher values of wisdom, courage, tolerance, and justice in our youngsters, it is not necessary that the stories we tell them must be true. This is the word which Plato has used, the great Greek philosopher. Because in Sandamama stories also, there will be mixed angle and lot of diversions in the story. Because to attract the children, to attract the young minds, you have to inbuilt a small venture. Vivekananda, the sage, also stated that many of the sects believe that in order to preach a good thing, there is no harm in saying an untruth. Though it is not untruth, you just mix it. It is beneficial to many. You just note down this sentence. Vivekananda also stated that many of the sects believe that in order to preach a good thing, there is no harm in saying an untruth if it is beneficial to many. Similarly, the great philosopher, poet, and scholar Bhartrihari, you might have heard of him. Some of the scholars who know Sanskrit, Bhartrihari Subhashitas, are very famous. He also said, sometimes we have to tread on an imaginative and unreal path to reach the truth. This is the word which Bhartrihari has used. Moral stories relating to animals in Panchatantra and Hitopadesha also strengthen this view. We have this great historical animals in Panchatantra and Hitopadesha also. There, the stories are mixed with the animal characters, and the entire story is led by the animals only. Here, it is significant to note that even though Ramayana contains events mentioned which cannot be comprehended by human beings, because when we see how Rama has fought Ravana with a huge army on that side, Valmiki depicted Rama as an ideal human being. That is the major event which we have to remember always. At the end of this story, when Sita successfully came out from the fire unhurt, Agni Pravesha, this is the question most of these rationalists, they question whenever there is a pravachana, is it justifiable to a person like Rama for asking Sita to go for Agni Pravesha when she is a chaste woman and he believes that she is a chaste woman? Even then, how can he proclaim that she should go for Agni Pravesha? Even Lakshmana was also very much angry, but he obeyed the orders of his brother, and Agni Pravesha was conducted, and she came out unburnt and unhurt to establish her purity. All devatas appeared before Sri Rama and praised him as Sri Mahavishnu, because he was the incarnation of Sri Mahavishnu. When we remember all the Dashavataras, Matsyakurma Varahascha, Narasimhascha Vamanaha, Ramo Ramo Parshuramaha, Buddha Kalkyavataraha. In Vaishnava Kal, they doesn't accept Buddha. They take Balarama and Krishna as another avatars. All these Dashavataras are the incarnations of Lord Vishnu. But Rama said that he himself considered himself as a human being. Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Dasharathatmajam. These are the words uttered by Rama. And so many people praised him that you are the Lord incarnation. You just note down Atmanam Manusham Manye. I myself believe that I am a human being who Ramam Dasharathatmajam, born to Dasharatha as Rama. Atmanam Manusham Manye Ramam Dasharathatmajam. He never showed any miracle in his life. Compared to Krishnavatara, Krishna has shown so many miracles. Throughout his life, he has killed so many asuras. And somebody, an youngster, recently when I was talking in Bhagavad Gita, about Bhagavad Gita in a pravachana, he simply and honestly questioned, sir, whether Sri Krishna is a killer. He killed so many people. Like Krishna, he did not show any miracle. On the other hand, Krishna is a serial killer in Mahabhagavata. On several occasions, Rama, in the first day of his exile, when Sita was abducted by Ravana, when Lakshmana swooned down in the battlefield, when Sita was reported to have been killed by Indrajit, these are the very, very troublesome days for Rama. You just note down number one, the first day of his exile. He came out from Ayodhya. He sent back Sumantra, and the first evening was spent in the exile. It was very distressful because he was the prince and he had all the benefits of the kingdom. Number two, when Sita was abducted by Ravana, it was a very distressful time. Number three, when Lakshmana swooned in the battlefield. Number four, when Sita was reported to have been killed by Indrajit. This was only a miracle, a mystery created by Indrajit, as if Sita has been killed. All these times, his distress and agony clearly resembled human behavior. He wept on several occasions after the abduction of Sita by Ravana. He went to there was a misrecall, I have to repeat it. All these times, he behaved like a human being. After the killing of Maricha, he came back, and on the way he saw Lakshmana, and he was asking Lakshmana how you have left Sita alone. And when both of them came back in the Panchavati, Sita was not seen. Then the story starts. In the entire story of Aranyakanda, you can see he behaved like an ordinary human being, not even like a king. He wept. He has gone through the flowers. He has gone to the trees. He bowed before them. He wept. Even after seeing the moon, he was in tears. All these things, he never posed himself as an avatar. His inability to recognize Sugriva while he was fighting his brother Vali, who resembled him, also confirms that Sri Rama acted just like a human being. This is another question when they ask several times when we go for pravachanas, whether it is good on the part of Rama to kill Vali, who never did any harm to him. Number two, why he has kept himself behind a tree and killed him. These are the questions which come in the Kishkinda Kanda. So many Pandits like Nilakanta Shastri and others they narrated the entire story. And when even Valmiki told this story, he was very kind in his heart, mentioning that Rama has done the correct thing which is necessary at that point of time. He sent Sugriva to wage war with Valmiki, his own brother. When we see the different types of brothers in Ramayana, you see Rama and Lakshmana, who are very kin to them, akin. Similarly, Bharata and Shatrughna. In the case of Sugriva and Vali, both of the brothers tried to kill each other. This is another type of brotherhood. Then Sugriva went to fight with Vali. Both of them are akin. It is very difficult to locate who is Vali and who is Sugriva. So Rama had a dilemma. If by mistake he kills Sugriva, the entire purpose of protecting Sugriva has gone. So he came back and then he was lamenting, saying that Rama, you sent me and I had all the necessities of your very fondliness, but I had very difficult times. Then he put a garland on his neck and then sent for the war. And finally, behind the tree, he has sent an arrow and Vali was killed. Then Vali questioned Rama, in what way you are correct to kill me? I have never waged any war against you, or you didn't come straight on to my face. If you asked me to bring back your wife, I should have brought her within 2 minutes. Because in the earlier story also, we know that Ravana was taken by Vali, by his Toka, and he was entire universe he has shown to him. And it was very easy for Vali to bring Sita from Dandaka, that Ashokavana. So all these stories we know. But here in this case of Rama, Vali resembled almost like Sugriva. So he acted like a human being and he did not kill in the first instance. Further, his efforts as a human being to earn the divine grace are clear when he laid prostrate before the sea god. This is another important event which has happened in the life of Rama. They were about to cross the sea. There was no way. They could not build the Setu. So he was doing in Darbhasana and he was praying for the sea god. When he himself is a god, why he should prostrate before the sea god? Because he acted like a man. He prayed for the sun god to win the battle with Ravana as per the suggestion of Agastya. This is another important event. Agastya came. He gave him the Aditya Hrudaya. Aditya Hrudaya is so much important because that is why even now you doesn't need any D vitamin. You just please and praise the sun with this Aditya Hrudaya. Aditya Hrudaya, it takes hardly 12 minutes. You can complete it, the entire thing, and it gives you strength. Lord Sun is the person, Pratyaksha Sakshi. That is why in the earlier days also, when there were no register officers or there are witnesses in the register office, Surya Chandrula Sakshiga. Those days they used to say the sun and the moon, they are the witnesses for all the promissory notes or the mortgages which they have done. The message of the epic so will be clear that we read it keeping in mind that Sri Rama is an ideal human being. That is more important, which you have to think, because he was a person, incarnation of a human being. He is an avatara also. There are two towers of this epic mention are filial devotion and matrimonial purity. So just note down, please. The two towers of this epic mansion are filial, F-I-L-I-A-L, filial devotion and matrimonial purity. I will repeat again. Filial devotion and matrimonial purity. Both are based on love. Love is another word for truth. These two are the two sides of a coin, love and truth. How? Our body came from our parents. From the limbs of our parents, we got our limbs. They are our creators. Hence, Shruti, the Veda, declared, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava. Let mother be your goddess. Let father be your god. That is why the Shruti in its verse has clearly mentioned Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, and again it comes to Guru Devo Bhava. We must worship our parents. A story is created here that the sages in Dandakaranya blessed Sri Rama and said, truth, filial devotion, and dharma are in abundance in you. When the sages in Dandakaranya saw Ramachandra, they blessed him like this. And another important thing is, his father Dasharatha himself said, Ramam Pitruvatsalam. You just note down, please. Ramam Pitruvatsalam. Rama is very fond of his father. He never said no to Dasharatha at any point of time. For example, when Vishwamitra came and urged Rama to be sent along with him to protect his yaga, Dasharatha said, I will come along with my Shainya warriors and I will protect you. Vishwamitra laughed and said, I doesn't need your help. I want only Rama. Padunaredulla Chidnipa Padakata Papatmulavu Rakkasul Sadarangamulana Dukaratavi Me Sahayunail Ture Me Vachinil Chedar Rakasula Matu Vettedanu Matsain Jambu when went around. These are the words uttered by Dasharatha. He said, Sage Vishwamitra, I beg and request you to take me and not Rama. He is a very, very small boy, not even 16 years completed. Unashodasa varsho me Ramo Rajivalochanaha. This also you please note down. Unashodasa varsho, less than 16. Me Ramo Rajivalochanaha. Then Vishwamitra said, I know what is Rama and who is Rama. So I want only Rama. And finally, Vasishtha advised Dasharatha, who is his guru, you obey the orders of Vishwamitra, and Rama and Lakshmana went. This is another intriguing question. Whenever Vishwamitra asked Lakshmana to accompany Rama, but both of them went. Because the uncomparable and inseparable brothers they are. They went there, and in the first evening when they slept, in the next morning when they were awakened, the entire story of Suprabhata we heard. Manishada pratistamtam agamashashvati samah. These were the words uttered by Valmiki. This was the first sloka of Valmiki Ramayana. Here, in the case of Suprabhata also, Kausalya Suprajarama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardula Kartavyam Daivamanhikam. Vishwamitra, after giving them Bala, Atibala, all these Vidyas, then they were under his protection And the next early hours of the day, he has asked them to start their own obligations in the morning. Kausalya Suprajarama. These were the words uttered by Vishwamitra, but they have incorporated it in Suprabhata of Venkateshwara also. Here, we should see how Vishwamitra has used these words. He should have asked him, Hey Raghava, Hey Dasarathatmaja, Hey Raghuvamsha Kuladipaka, all these annotations you should have used. But he very, very politely, he reminded him of Kausalya Suprajarama, a very, very dearest son of Kausalya, because he loves his mother. She is also a very a noble lady. So Vishwamitra knows that Rama will be pleased to hear the name of Kausalya. Kausalya Suprajarama Purva Sancha Pravartate. It is going to dawn. So you please get down and do all your get up and all these things. So here we have to see Rama used to bow to his parents, touching their feet every day. Charanavu Vavande. After the marriage of Sri Rama also, Dasharatha was returning to Ayodhya with his sons and their respective brides. Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, and Shatrugna, all the four were married at the same platform. And suddenly, the sage Parshurama came and challenged Sri Rama to a combat, giving him the bow of Vishnu and asking him to string it, because he has done earlier the Shivadanur Bhanga. So here Parshurama asked him to string this Vishnu Dhans also. In all the other avatars, incarnations, there was no duplication, because never they have we see two avatars in one place. But here in this Rama Avatara, both Parshurama Avatara at the end of the Parshurama Avatara and the incarnation of Rama Avatara going to happen, both of them meet. Here, Dasharatha was also there, Ramachandra was also there, and suddenly, in a fearful mood, Parshurama came and he threatened Rama to string this Vishnu Dhanus. Dasharatha's prayer to Parshurama, Dasharatha prayed like anything. Like in the case of Vishwamitra also, Dasharatha prayed Vishwamitra not to take Rama. Here in this case also, he requested Parshurama to leave Rama because he is just married and we are going to Ayodhya. He was very quite young and was also his life's fortune. This is the word used by Dasharatha Maharaja. He is my life's fortune. The provocative utterance and conduct of this Parshurama deserved violent and aggressive answers by Rama, because he was very fearful and he was threatening even Dasharatha Maharaja. Rama did not reply or react. However, Rama spoke in a very, very, very great restrained manner out of respect for his father. Gauravat yantrita katha pituhu. With the respect to his father, he did not say any word, because there is an elderly person and he should not react because he has to tackle the situation. And he says in a very, very, very obedient manner to Parshurama, you slay me, a weakling person, I shall show my power and prowess to you. And took the bow. He took the bow from the hands of Parshurama. We see that even a direct personal insult was disregarded to show respect to his father. Gauravat yantrita katha pituhu. You just note down. Gauravat yantrita katha pituhu. With great respect to his father, he has not reacted to the words of Parshurama. Here we have to understand, though Sri Rama acquired greater knowledge, prowess, and wisdom than his father Dasharatha, he remained dependent on him with due veneration, without taking any independent decisions. Because he obeyed the orders of Dasharatha Maharaja, his father, though he is an avatara, he is an incarnation, and he is more knowledgeable, and he has lot of powers with him, but he respected his father. We can see this is as confirmation by Sita Devi when sage woman Anasuya asked her to narrate the events of her marriage. Here is another important thing which we have to remember. They went to Atri Maharshi's ashrama. Atri and Anasuya were there, and Atri introduced his wife to Rama and Sita, saying this is Anasuya, a very great powerful lady. Normally, when we introduce the wife to a new person who is our guest, we just simply say she's so and so, so and so. But here in this case, Atri Maharshi narrated the entire prowess of Anasuya Devi. Then Anasuya and Sita Devi, they went into the chamber, and Sita Devi was asked by Anasuya to narrate the story of their marriage. She knows it, but she wanted to know from the mouth of Sita Devi. Then Sita narrated the entire story. My father Janaka declared that whoever lifts the bow of Shiva and strings it shall without doubt wed his daughter Sita. This was the condition laid down by Janaka Maharshi. He is also a Maharshi. He is not a Raja. He is a very, very, very knowledgeable person in Vedas, Shrutis, and Puranas. So he has laid down a simple condition. Because Sita is an Ayonija. She was not born to anybody. So she has the greatness, and he wanted to know that a person who is going to marry her should be a bright person. So these questions are raised, and then Sri Rama briskly bent it and broke it into two, making a frightful thunderclap. Shivadhanurvanga created a very big thunderclap. This is the narration by Sita Devi, because she is also a very young maid, and she is telling to an elderly lady. Anasuya knows the entire story, Shivadhanurvanga and all these things she has come across. Immediately thereupon, Sita is telling, my father took a golden water vessel, Kalasha, Swarna Kalasha, and offered me to him in a marriage to make a formal gift. Iyam Sita Mama Suta Sagadharmacharitava. These are the words uttered by Janaka Maharshi at the time of the marriage. During those days, the Mangalya Dharana was not there. It was only Panigrahana. The person who takes her hand into his hands, it is only Panigrahana. Here in this case, I am reminded of the story of Yayati and Devayani. The story in Mahabharata, Devayani fell into a river. She was thrown into a well. And on the way, Yayati Maharaja was going, and he saw a person crying in the well, and he gave her his hand and lifted her to come out. She was the daughter of Shukracharya, the guru of all the demons. Then she said, you have taken my hand into your hand. This is Panigrahana, so you marry me. He is a king, and she is the daughter of a Devaguru. He cannot do. Then Shukracharya came, and he said, I will give you a shapa if you don't marry her. And finally, he has to agree and married her. So this Panigrahana was there in the time of Treta Yuga. And later on, this type of marriages with Mangalya Dharana and also came. So here, Sita Devi was mentioning, Iyam Sita Mama Suta Sagadharmacharitava. She will obey you and accompany you at all the points of time. How he knows? When Rama goes to the forest, she should also accompany him. Sahadharmacharitava. She will be accompanying you at all times and at all places. So she narrated the story to Anasuya Devi. With Swarna Kalasha, our marriage was done. Sri Rama refused to accept me without knowing the view and wish of his father, Dasharatha. Sita Devi was mentioning. My father offered me to Sri Ramachandra, but he did not accept. He says, my father has to come, he has to agree, and he has to ask me to take her as a wife. Then these words were sent to Dasharatha Maharaja to Ayodhya, and he came along with his all years and tour, and then finally the marriage happened. And on the arrival and approval of Dasharatha only, the marriage was performed. These were the words uttered by none other than Sita Devi to a sage like Anasuya. So now the newly wedded couple, Rama and Sita, were quite happy. Sri Rama's heart was drawn to her. She was ever in his mind and was securely lodged in his heart. This is the Hridayastha Sita. She was dear to him as she was the wife provided by his father. He doesn't take her as a boon or whatever it is for the Shivadhanurbhanga. Dara Pitrkrita iti. She was ordered by Janaka Maharshi and accepted by Dasharatha Maharaja. No doubt, his love grew because of her goodness and beauty. This shows that Sri Rama rejoiced in the very act of obedience to his father as he accepted his wife with the concurrence and approval of his father. Sri Rama had great pleasure in following his father's wish. Then, coming to the theme of this epic, sending Sri Rama on exile cannot be appreciated by all, because there were a lot of questions why he should go to the forest. Because Dasharatha did not say through his words. The words were from Kaikeyi, and finally he has obeyed it. Rama, on receiving the message from Minister Sumantra that Father Dasharatha and Queen Kaikeyi wanted to see him in the early hours of the day when coronation was fixed. In the early hours, the coronation should have happened. All these things we see the filial devotion and the greatness of Lord Rama in this epic in a very great orderly manner. Then comes the matrimonial purity. You just note down this wording also. In this story, we come across the matrimonial purity, Pativratyam. In Hindu mythology and Hindu scripts also, the institution of marriage is sacred in all societies also, in all regions also. Shruti declared that Virat was not happen when he was alone. He desired a mate. He became as big as a man and wife embracing each other. Virat Purusha. He parted his body into two, though that came husband and wife. Through that, the husband and wife came in the formation of the early Yuga. This version is found in other scriptures like Bible and Quran also in different forms. It emphasizes the sacredness of the marital life. Swami Vivekananda said that marriage is but a renunciation of unchastity. You please note down. marriage is renunciation of unchastity. A society without the institution of marriage is considered to be very savageous, and hence marriage is the basis for any civilized society. We are in the civilized society. In the Western countries, they doesn't give a lot of importance for the marriage. That's why so many divorces come and they marry, and finally, in the usual jocular manner, say, your son and my son are quarreling with our son. This is the way how they feel in the Western countries. The Vedic ritual of marriage in this country consisted of the bridegroom affirming that he shall never transgress the limits of dharmas, artha, and kama. Though there are four, dharma, artha, kama, mokshas, in the case of dharma, artha, and kama, she will never transgress. The bridegroom says, he, nati charami, nati charami. In this epic, sage Vasishtha declared, Atma hi dara sarvesham. Wife is the very self of all householders. These are the words uttered by none other than the Guru Vasishtha. Such is the foundation laid by the sages of this country for the marital life. In our country, a married woman is considered as tapaswini. You just note down. A married woman is known as tapaswini. She is on oath regarding the sacredness of her marital life. Her presence on any important occasion is considered to be auspicious. So for all the auspicious things, she should be there along with you. Every man should be under a vow to respect a woman, protect her, adore her, or else it is not possible to maintain matrimonial purity. Sri Rama, the hero of the epic, is the ideal person who practiced dharma for humanity to follow for all time to come. That is the important thing. And in this case of Rama also, none other than Kaikeyi declared these things. I will narrate this shloka. You just note down, please. Na Ramaha. Even Kaikeyi says about this too, along about Rama. Na Ramaha paradaramscha. Na Ramaha paradaramscha chekshurabhyamapi pasyati. Chekshurabhyamapi pasyati. Sri Rama never even looked at another woman's wife, other man's wife. Sri Rama never even looked at other man's wife. His brother Lakshmana also served Sri Rama and his consort Sita Devi continuously for 14 years in the exile. But he never looked at the person of Sita Devi, even though he used to bow to her feet regularly every day. Here, the quotation in Valmiki, we have to remember and you please note down. When Sugriva brought the golden jewels of Sita Devi in the form of golden jewels, he showed it to Rama, but Rama was not able to know or identify them because he was full of tears. He asked Lakshmana to identify whether they belong to Sita Devi. He simply said, you just note down this shloka also, it is very famous shloka. Nahan janami keyure. Nahan janami keyure. These are the words uttered by Lakshmana to Ramachandra. Naham janami kundale. Naham janami kundale. Third line. Nupure tvabhijanami. Nupure abhijanami. Nityam padabhivandanat. Naham janami keyure. Naham janami kundale. Nupure tvabhijanami. Nityam padabhivandanat. He says, dear brother, I never looked at her anklets. I always prostrated to her, so I know about these were the words uttered by Lakshmana. So these are the things which we have to remember in a daily manner. When the marital life comes into important thing, the wife also is the main attractive soul in your body. And everything is this percept of the marital life is everywhere shown in this epic. To start with, while describing the virtues and conduct of citizens of Ayodhya, the Ayodhya people, na paradarat naraha, na paradarato naraha, they respected their wives and have never seen other wives with evil mind. Sita Devi declared, Abhilashanam strinam paresham dharmanashanam. The desire for others' wife destroys the sanctity of dharma, she says, Sita Devi. So, very, very important occasions like Kishkinda Kanda and other places also, the epitome of this entire epic is dharma, dharmacharana. And dharmacharana in the treat and path of a human being going to a very, very important celestial marriage life. When Srima Rama was reluctant to take Sita along with him for the exile and wanted her to stay back in Ayodhya under the protection of King Bharata, she was surprised by his diffidence and said that very, very important situation here, because she was about to scold Rama. Rama jamataram prapya striyam purusha vigraha. She says, my father Janaka was under the wrong impression that you are a purusha vigraha, but you are really a stri, a woman. These are the important things which we have to remember. Sita says, how do you think of leaving me without others as a dramatist? In a drama, there will be two characters, a woman and a man, and they act, and they, after a few hours, they leave. You think like me, like that? How do you think of leaving me with others as a drama artist who parts his wife to others to act in a drama? It looks as though my father Janaka did not know that you were a woman in the form of a man. Rama jamataram prapya striyam purusha vigraha. So she says, a wife is entitled to give a stern warning to the husband when an occasion demands. Sita Devi was justified to do so on that occasion. Similarly, on another occasion also, when Rama gives an assurance to all the sages that he will kill all the demons in the forest, then after a while, when they were moving alone, Sita questions Rama, why did you take this burden on you? And why should you assure them? Because these demons, they never came or objected or obstructed you. And why should you take that stance? And she narrated the Kandu Maharshi story also in that presentation. So Sita Devi had an abiding faith in Dharma, and she was fearless about her life, and she never acted like a normal lady. Even in the Ashoka Ashrama, Ashokavana also, she behaved like a very, very pious lady. Even when Hanuma requested her to come along with him, he will take her and reach Sri Ramachandra. She politely refuses, say that alone Rama should come and take me, because Ravana has taken me without the permission of anybody, and he abducted me, so I will never come along with you. These are the different stories which come across several episodes. I hope we will have a question answer session here, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Padmanabha garu.
Thank you, sir.
A very new direction or a new way of seeing Ramayana, and starting with so many questions from general audience. And I think if anyone has any question, please raise your hand and questions can be taken up. Yeah. Any question, please? Or they are still immersed in the
I just wanted to.
tariffs? Yeah, please raise your hand. We can understand who is talking.
This is Purushottam Rao, sir. Just,
Okay, Purushottam Rao garu. Okay, carry on.
sir, Guru Garu, is there real Sita in Lanka, or people say that she is Maya Sita? Actually, she is not real Sita. What is
Yeah,
the story
yeah,
about
yeah.
it, sir?
That story is also there, sir. Vedavati, she gave a shapa to him, and they say that Vedavati was taken and not the real Sita. But Valmiki never narrated it. Sita, in the original form, she was taken. Even in other stories also, they say that Ravana did not abduct her by a hand. She took that entire earth and then she was taken. It is not true, sir. He has taken her with his own hands, and even Sita also has narrated it when Hanuman said that without my knowledge and without my concurrence, he has taken, and I have no other way to protect myself.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Yeah. Okay. I think they are just still. It was very nice listening to the new angles of Ramayana,
Sure.
which normally people may not be seeing in that view, direction, and understanding Ramayana. Though Ramayana is a management book as such.
Tool, management tool.
Right, management tool.
Sir, I recommend two books to this audience.
Please, sir.
This one is Valmiki, Makers of Indian Literature Valmiki, published by Sahitya Academy. The book was written by I. Panduranga Rao. Ilapavuluri Panduranga Rao, who is a very famous Pandit. Luckily, I translated it into Telugu for Sahitya Academy.
Okay.
And it was published around 2000. Both the books are available with Sahitya Academy outlets. Another book is the very famous Justice Kodanda Ramaiah,
Yeah.
The Light of Ramayana. He was a High Court judge. His son is the present Supreme Court judge, Justice P.S. Narasimha.
Okay.
In another 1 year, he will become Chief Justice. Light of Ramayana. This book is available with, it was published in 1999. I translated it for him for a few pages. Arsha Vijnana Trust of Hyderabad. Arsha Vijnana Trust of.
Okay.
They have given a phone number, mobile, this ordinarily landline number. Those who are interested, they can take down 040 360 8237. 360 8237. Road number 45, Jubilee Hills.
Oh.
His son Raghuram is there. He is a senior advocate in High Court of Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad. He is a very learned scholar, Padmanabha. He was a judge of the AP High Court also. These are the two important books which each one of us should have.
Okay, sir. There is one more question in the chat box. At present, the world development is attracting us. What is the relevance of Ramayana to the present society in relation to development?
Yeah. Sir, as in the case of Mahabharata, they say everything told in Mahabharata is said. And you cannot find any other new thing other than in Mahabharata. But in the case of Ramayana, it is not like that. The modern development, particularly in the question of scientific development, for example, take us about Pushpak Vimana. You never have heard about an aircraft which can carry thousands of Vanaras. When he was going to Ayodhya after the death of Ravana, he took the Pushpak Vimana and all of them were accommodated. Even now, the present day air travel, when we go for the Boeing flights, it can accommodate say about 450 or 450 or whatever it is. But in this case of Pushpak Vimana, you see, it can carry any number of people and it goes without any fuel. Even if you think in your own mind, if you want it to take you to Ayodhya, it will take you within few minutes or hours or whatever it is. So these are the modern developments which we think of missiles, the different types of missiles which we are thinking in the modern days, which Rajnath Singh says that it is a very great thing. And all these missiles were there at the time of Rama-Ravana Yuddha. All these astras and shastras, there's a small difference between shastra and astra. Shastra is a weapon which is a physical form. Whereas in the case of astra, Brahmashiro Namaka Astra, Naga Astra, or Varunastra, or whatever it is only through reciting a small, chanting a mantra, and then you say whatever you ask the Astra to do, it will happen. So during those days, the youngsters were given the powers. Vishwamitra also gave the powers of all these astras to Rama, Lakshmana, and Bala and Atibala Vidyas also. These were the scholarships which they acquired from Vishwamitra. Because Vishwamitra knows that Rama is going to kill Ravana, who is a hindrance to the entire world. So he has taken him. And you see how the story is narrated. He has completed his yaga. He is a powerful man. He should have thrown out Maricha and Subhaga. But he wanted to create an incarnation of the person. So he took Rama and he gave both Rama and Lakshmana several types of astras and shastras. And then he should have taken them back to Ayodhya and presented to Dasharath Maharsha. But he does not do it. He took them to Janaka Maharshi's place. He got them married. And then he disappeared. He said, my work is over, I am going back. He will never come into the picture in other parts of the story. So his only aim is to make Rama an incarnation and give him all the powers. Similarly, in the case of Agastya also, he came all the way when the Rama was about to wage a war with Ravana. Even the Valmiki Maharshi mentions Rama Ravana Yuddha, Rama Ravana Yuddho Rapi. There is no comparison of Rama Ravana Yuddha with another Yuddha. It is unique, it is unparalleled. These are the words which Valmiki mentioned in the entire epic. You should read Sundarakanda with great devotion. All your greatness will start coming.
Okay. There is one more question.
Sir.
Is Uttara Ramayana, sir, whether Uttara Ramayana is added one or was it a real?
Yeah. Several people have accepted that Uttara Ramayana also is part of Ramayana. But some people, they criticize or they establish that it is an incorporation. But some of the stories which we come across, the birth of Ravana, the marriage of Ravana with Mandodari, and several other things, and the exile of Sita Devi also. When she was pregnant, she was sent back, and she was sent to Valmiki Ashram and all these things. Saptakandas, it comes across all these things. Bala, Ayodhya, Aranya, Kishkinda, Sundara, Yuddha. 6. With 7, it happens only with Uttarakanda only. So Uttarakanda is the annexure we can think of. And it is also a story written by Valmiki Maharshi. But there is a contradiction.
Okay. There is one more question. There is no clarity of how many days Rama-Ravana war took place. Is it true?
I didn't exactly go through it, sir, but Valmiki is very clear in his attempts. Even the route of the entire exile of 14 years, even now, the Rama's entourage was in a historical way. It is mentioned, and you can see in the map also of Indian map, they have shown Rama's entourage. Similarly, the war also, it happened. I will go through it and let you know tomorrow, sir.
Okay.
I don't want to say off the hand.
Right. Thank you. Kodanram garu, you can ask your question. Kodanram garu.
Namaskaram, sir. Sir, in our epics, 5 sacred women are narrated, sir. Panchakanyas, in that Sita, Savitri, Mandodari, Draupadi, and Tara also. Tara is the wife of Vali. Why she is said as the sacred woman, sir?
For that, I have written a book also. It is written by similar Panduranga Rao. Tara, Mandodari, Chaiva, Ahalya, and all these people, she was the ablest, and she is the daughter of a very noble soul, and she had the clarity in her mind. She did not accept whatever Vali has done. That is why she has been added into. And there is another Tara, Brahaspati's wife also. That is different. That Tara is not included in this Panchakanyas. Panchakanyas Svaren Nicham Mahapataka Nashanam.
Okay.
Tara is a clever lady. Because in 2 occasions we can see how she behaved. Rama was very furious, and she asked Lakshmana to convey his fury to Sugriva. Because after fulfilling his desire, Sugriva was very much in a joyful mood, and he was fully drunk, and he forgot about the promise made to Rama to send the Vanaras in search of Sita Devi. So Rama told Lakshmana to convey the message that the arrow which has killed Vali is still with me. You just remember, he said. Then Lakshmana went, and the Sugriva, he was in full drunken state. And at that point of time, Tara came, and after seeing Tara, the furiousness of Lakshmana has controlled, came down, and he behaved in a very celestial manner. And that is why Tara is a very cleverful lady. She managed to control the wishes of Vali, and she wanted the Angada to be protected first. Because when she approached Rama, she requested Rama that Angada to be protected. She wanted to take her Pravapavesha along with Vali. But Rama did not agree to do that. Then she said, you protect Angada. And he was protected, and he was made the prince of the entire Vanara kingdom.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Lakshmi garu?
Namaskaram, sir.
Namaskaram.
I have a small doubt of my own. Like, is there any parallel to Ramayana story? Because I have learned that Valmiki was narrated by Narada about Rama and Rama's story. Is that right?
Yes. Naradam Paripaprachasya. Yeah, it was true. It was true.
Okay.
Okay.
So the whole story is narrated by Narada to Valmiki, which has been written by Valmiki.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can consider it as a true story then?
Definitely. Why do you suspect?
No, not like that. Because Valmiki has written the Ramayana, we say, no?
Yeah, but
So,
he was part and parcel of the story, madam.
Okay.
Like Vyasa Maharshi in Bharata,
Yes.
Valmiki was also part of the story. At the end of the
Okay.
story, he protected Sita Devi in his ashrama, Valmiki ashrama. And he was responsible to make these two boys accepted by Rama, Lavakusha.
Okay.
That is why he has they woven the entire story in the form of Geya. Pathyecha Geyecha Madhuram. It is very easy to read, and it is very easy to sing also. Pathyecha Geyecha Madhuram. And so he was responsible to take these two boys to Rama's kingdom, and he also accepted that they are his sons.
Okay.
So it is not a created story.
Okay.
As in the earlier part of my lecture, I said, it is a mixture of the angels and the human beings.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Namaskar.
Lakshmi, madam, Kanpur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Khanapur.
Khanapur, acha.
Yes.
Khanapur is in Telangana.
No, it's in Karnataka. Border of.
Acha.
Okay. Kameswara garu, you can ask your question now.
America Kameswara gara?
No, I'm America Kameswara.
Yeah, namaskaram. Namaskaram, sir.
Sir, in Ramayana as well as in Mahabharata, wherever exile was asked for, either it was 13 years or 14 years or 12 years. Is there any legal implication for any person being away for more than 12 years?
Yeah. Even in the modern IPC also, if a person is missing for more than 12 years, he is declared almost as a death. Because the lady can remarry, or the man can remarry. And if according to the legal also, it is valid. So that is why Kaikeyi wanted him to go back for exile, because even after coming back, he will lose his citizenship. Like in the case of visa in America, there are some conditions like
10 years. 10 years.
10 years.
But sir, according to police, what I heard, I don't know, if any person is missing for 7 years, they will give a certificate saying that he is not found.
Yeah, traceable,
and then
not traceable.
Not traceable. Family members can take alternate.
Yeah, Yeah.
actions. Similarly, in bank also, if they produce that police certificate, his accounts will be transferred on to others' names. Until then, they won't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that, namaste, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we come to the end of questions. I think just a minute. There's one more question, I think. Okay, nothing else. It's Dhanyawada to thanks to Padmanabha Rao garu for the excellent session today. Thank you very much, Padmanabha garu. Dhanyawada. Babu garu, over to you.
ఓకే, ధన్యవాదములండి పద్మనాభరావు గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. ఇన్ స్పైట్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ lot of other commitments, you have adjusted 2 days for us and came for giving us this knowledge. Thank you so much. And thank you, Chala Chitbabu garu. Thank you so much for conducting this webinar. Now, can we go for Prarthana?
Right. Prarthana.
Yeah. Jai Shri garu, please.
Namaste, sir. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam nyayena margena mahimahishah gobrahmanebhyah shubhamastu nityam loka samastah sukhino bhavantu kale varshatu parjanyah prithvi sasya shalini deshoyam kshobarahito brahmanas santu nirbhayah aputrah putrinas santu पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधना सधना सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu समस्त सन्मंगलानि सन्तु. स्वस्ति. ధన్యవాదాలు గురుగారు.
ధన్యవాదములండి జయశ్రీ గారు.
ధన్యవాదాలు సార్.
Now let's go for జనగణమన. చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद.
జై హింద్. ధన్యవాదములండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు. Now, I think there is one more question. After that,
some Sarala Devi garu, I think she wants to ask some question.
Yes, Guruji. Is Guruji available, sir?
Yeah, Padmanabha Rao garu unnara?
Yes, sir.
Namaskaram, sir. Okay,
Namaskar.
question migilipoyindi.
Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Guruji, can I ask you?
Just a minute.
Just a minute.
Please tell.
Guruji, I heard that, is that true that Dasratha, King Dasratha had a daughter, Shanta Devi. To which queen of Dasratha is she born, Guruji?
She is the daughter of his friend. She was adopted by Dasharatha Maharshi. Dasharatha Maharaj.
So she is not daughter of Dasharatha.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
All right, thank you.
Then
Okay, this we didn't know that there is one more adopted daughter of Dasharatha.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay, thanks, and I think
Stop recording now.
yeah, you can stop recording.